Well, we'll give this a good old try. Top Flight Group is our distributor in Bangkok, Thailand, and they've been distributing our products for about 4 years, maybe 4.5 years. And one of the things they've done that I'm really impressed with is the broad base of products that they put it in, and then also being able to develop business with the similar customers by using the fact that one company is using the product, and then they go on to the second one, the third one, and it really built on that model. In bakery, they use it to reduce oil costs, similar to what we just saw here, replacing Citri-Fi and water, or replacing oil with Citri-Fi and water. They also use it to bind and hold moisture in their baked goods, because in the hot climate of Bangkok, baked goods tend to dry out fairly quickly, and then also for improving texture. And this is an example in bread in terms of cost savings, where they reduce the amount of the bread improver or emulsifier that they're using. They take that down from 1,002 grams in this particular formula to 300, and in so doing they save 70 baht. And then their butter they take down from 2683 grams to 1800 and save another 40 baht in savings. And then the cost of Citri-Fi, of course, gets added in, and they're using 0.18%. That adds 45 baht of cost. But then their yield increase, they get a yield increase of 2.37 pieces or units of baked goods, and that adds a value of 60 baht. So they have a savings of about 125 baht on this particular formulation. And the mixing process, again, is very simple. They increase the amount of water and ice in the formula. They add the Citri-Fi, and they mix it together. It's a very, very simple way of incorporation. This is our, we try to promote Citri-Fi as being a healthy ingredient. This is the unhealthy application, where people that make Chinese sausage, of course, use a lot of fat in that process. And what happens when they're using natural casings is, as that cures, they have about a 10%, in some cases more than a 10% loss of that fat dripping out during that curing process. And here's an example of how they're using Citri-Fi then to gain reduced cost. In this particular case, they take and add 170 units of pork fat and then 14 units of Citri-Fi. So the total bowl weight is more, it's 6.5% more. But what they get from this is a 3% reduction in cost, which is shown up in the upper right-hand corner. I wish I had more details on all of the costs so that I could, and I'm going to try to get that so that when we send out the information following the seminar, that it will be more complete. But the big thing there is the reduction in syneresis down to about 5% loss, or reduction, I should say, in syneresis. So they have 5% more weight to sell. So the combination of the 3% reduction in cost plus the 5% more units to sell becomes a significant competitive advantage for a company that's making Chinese sausage. And evidently the people who eat it really don't care too much if there's extra fat in there or not. Maybe it makes it more succulent and better. Top Flight has really promoted the use of Citri-Fi in frozen type products. And this is to reduce the amount of moisture coming out of those products during the frozen state. The companies that are producing products like this can actually add a little more moisture to get more weight into the product and still reduce the amount of ice crystal formation significantly on the outside of the product. Another product here, I don't know all the details, but it's a product that is cooked through a steam process and then it's fried in oil. And by being able to hold more of the moisture in that product during the frying process, reduces the amount of oil that can be absorbed. In other words, during that frying process, and I see that they call it a flying process, but yeah, it's a flying process. But anyway, if the moisture can't get out of the product while it's being fried, the oil can't get in. And so that's the concept that Citri-Fi brings. Because of that open, porous fiber matrix, we're able to bind that water and hold it in the product. And so there's a cost savings in terms of the amount of oil, also a healthier product because less fat content. In instant soup, they're using it at about a 6% level, and that's the Citri-Fi 300 M40, to create viscosity and more consistency in their instant soup mixes. The application that we're going to talk about today is a frozen pizza product, and they use the Citri-Fi in the dough. They use it in the tomato sauce, and they use it to coat the vegetable pieces that are put on top of the pizza. And they're using Citri-Fi 200 at 0.3 to 0.5 in the dough. I believe we're going to be using 0.5 today. And then in the sauce, they're using 0.25%. And then on the vegetable pieces, they're using 0.2% to coat those pieces. And we don't have all the details of that described here, but I'm going to go back in the lab and then describe the simple mixing process to incorporate that. The images, okay, I don't think about that.
The dry ingredients, and then the Citri-Fi is going in, and she'll mix the Citri-Fi into the dry ingredient mix. Then the oil is added, and then the water. Simple as it is to incorporate it into the dough. All right, now Laura's going to incorporate the Citri-Fi into the tomato paste. And it's dispersed into the oil. that's to give it the bonding between the protein and the oil. If it's dispersed directly into the tomato paste, it tends to grab the water and doesn't allow the emulsification effect to take effect.
We have a question. How much Citri-Fi and how much oil is just used?
Yeah, it's 5%, it's 95% of the tomato paste, 5% oil, and then 0.25 of the Citri-Fi pre-dispersed in the oil. It's 0.25% of the total of the oil and the tomato paste. And that's basically how it would be incorporated into the tomato paste. Here we have mushrooms that have been cut. And we're going to incorporate about 0.2% of Citri-Fi, and it's sprinkled on top of the mushrooms, and then just gently mixed together to try to get the Citri-Fi coating on all the mushroom pieces. And that's the simple way to do it. Now we have pizzas that were made yesterday, and frozen overnight, and then taken out maybe around 10 a.m. this morning, and left to thaw. And here you can see this happens to be the control. And I don't know if you can get the camera here, but you can see the free water that's come out of the pizza. And that has come out primarily from the tomato paste and the sauce. During the freezing process, it just released that water. And here you have the test, and in this particular one, you have some free water. I don't know if you can zoom in and see a little bit of that.
Yeah, we need you to switch.
But as you can see, there's much less water. Now there is some ponding of water here in this location and here, but far less than coming out of the other product.
So there's 2 test pizzas on this one and 2 control pizzas on this one.
Right.
Okay.
The reason that the Citri-Fi is put into the dough is to give a softer texture to the dough and better eating qualities. Now this is the control that was just taken out of the freezer, so you can see how that looks. And then this is the test product. And then are we going to have pizza to taste? These are going to be baked, and then you'll have an opportunity to sample those this afternoon. Any questions?
No, come back in.
Okay.
Vince, can you maybe zoom in once again, slowly,
On the frozen ones?
and the other one, so some was like
The frozen or the?
both.
Okay, this is